But just basic platforms are not enough, right? So what I want to do here, I want to create a platform that works like trampoline. So I'm going to call it a jumping platform, but you understand the idea. I want the player to jump on it, and the platform makes him jump again, like trampoline. Told ya. So let's do this. That involves some logic, right? And so to do that, we're gonna need another blueprint. We already have this basic platform blueprint. So what we can do, I'm gonna close this tab. We don't need this one. We're gonna go to the content drawer, find this blueprint and copy, paste, and rename it to jumping platform. All right, so let's open this up and close the basic platform. Since I'm happy with the look of the platform, I don't need to change anything here. So let's talk a bit about the logic of the jumping platform. What it does, it works like this. When the character steps on the platform makes him jump, right? But what does this mean? This means that this platform actually changes velocity of the character. And if you take a look here, or even here on the game screen, you can see that we have 3 axes, and this blue one, Z, this axis looks up. And this is the axis that we are using when programming jumps, right? You can remember that we've been using this axis when adjusting jump animation. So this will be the same thing. We're gonna use this axis and add some velocity. You remember that velocity means speed and direction. So it's like a vector. Now let's go back to the first part. The first part was when the character steps on the platform. And how can we check that? I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to think. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is collision, of course. That's how we are checking if character is crossing an object, right? So for the static mesh, we're gonna add collision. But before we do that, you may ask, like, Kate, I can see that this platform already has a collision because my character actually can step on it. Right? Right. So that's why this collision that is inside the static mesh, it's another type of collision. And this collision goes with static mesh when you create it. Where you can see it? You can see it here in the details. So I'm gonna search for collision. Collision, collision, collision. Here, collision presets. For example, if you choose no collision, that means that character cannot stand on that platform. It's gonna be like nothing for him. But this is collision preset that we have. We can't use this collision preset in the logic. So in order to check if the character steps on the platform, we're gonna add another collision. Okay, so let's add a collision. You remember that we have several types of collisions: box, capsule, sphere. In this case, I'm going to use box collision. Oh, it is big. Okay, so I'm gonna change this box collision and go to scale and make this box collision smaller. Okay, now I'm gonna unlock this because I'm gonna need different numbers for each axis. So for the Z axis, I need something like, maybe like this. Like this. And then for this one, we're gonna make it bigger. And then for this one, You can change the view. You can hold Alt and change the view like this with your mouse. Let's try the same. Yeah, probably like this, because I think that this gray edge shouldn't work like trampoline. It's just the platform itself. Okay, all right, pretty good. So now we have this box collision. Let's save compile. Now we can create some logic from here. What you can do, you can right click on this box collision, add event, and let's choose an event. So what kind of event would work in this case? Of course, this one, on component begin overlap. Okay, here it is. We are now in the event graph tab. This event code when something starts to overlap this component. For example, a player walking into a trigger. That's exactly what we need. And now we need to connect this with the player. So we need to tell it like, hey, we want to check if player overlaps with this box. So with this output, we're gonna use cast to BP, and here we need to select this third-person character. This is not the first time we're using this node, and you already know that we use this cast node in order to check if that's the one that we need, right? In this case, like, is it the third-person character? Is it that one? And now for the other actor, we need to connect this object together like this. So now if it is the character, then we want him to jump, but we actually have a very good function for this. Let me show you. Launch character. Here you go. So let's read about it. It sets a pending launch velocity on the character. So we have target, which is not self actually. For target, we need the character, because self in this case means the box. Let's connect it like this. And now target is the character. And if you can take a look at this node, you can see that it has all three axes here. But we actually need only this one, right? So this is not the only node that has these three axes together. And if you need just one axis, what you need to do, you right click and then split. Voila. Now we can connect this input and use just Z velocity. But first, which node we're gonna need? So we're gonna need the character node, which is movement. Character movement. Get character movement. Here it is. So this node reads the value of variable character movement. And character movement is movement component used for movement logic in various movement modes, walking, falling, containing relevant settings and functions to control movement. We got it. In this movement, we need just one element, right? We need jump Z velocity. And guess what? If we type jump Z velocity, we will find this node. And this node actually reads the value of jump Z velocity. And jump Z velocity is initial velocity when jumping. Got it? Got it. And now we're gonna multiply this because we want the, we want the platform to like lift character, right? So let's put multiply. Multiply, very simple operation, just multiply. I'm gonna put 1.5 and then connect it to the Z axis, just like this. Let's save, compile, and go back to the game. So for now, we have this basic platforms. All three of them are basic, but I'm gonna go to the content drawer and find this jumping platform. Let's move it like this. Okay. Let's click play and check how it works. So we play. Whoop! So it does work like a trampoline, but I think that's not enough. Maybe it's the I'm gonna put it a bit higher. Check. Whoop! Yeah, good. Yeah. So probably for this one, I'm just gonna need it to be a bit higher. Or we can actually change this number here. Let's change it to 5. And it's gonna be crazy, I think, but we are experimenting, right? So let's click play. Woohoo! Yeah, I told you, that will be crazy. But you get the idea. I go back to 1.5. That's totally fine. So save. Don't forget to save and compile. Otherwise, we won't see the changes. So for now, we have jumping platform and 3 basic platforms, which is cool. I would say that when you're creating your own game, it's probably a good idea to choose different models for different kinds of platforms, because right now they look the same and it's kind of confusing for a player. But for the purposes of this class, that's okay.